Living without pain, CPA, AMA. I have CIPA. I can't feel pain, heat, or cold. I've had 47 broken bones, third-degree burns, and didn't know it. AMA. Hey, Reddit. I'm 24 years old and I have CIPA, congenital insensitivity to pain with anhidrosis. This means I literally cannot feel pain and I also can't regulate my body temperature or sweat properly. This affects about 1 in 125,000 people worldwide. While it might sound cool to never feel pain, it's actually extremely dangerous. Pain exists to protect us. Without it, I can seriously injure myself and not realize it. Throughout my life, I've had 47 documented broken bones that I know of, multiple third-degree burns from hot surfaces, severe cuts that I only noticed when I saw blood joint damage from overuse dental problems, can't feel tooth pain, several emergency surgeries. I wear a medical alert bracelet and have regular checkups. I've learned to be extremely careful and observant of my body, currently sitting in my apartment answering questions while being very mindful not to lean on anything sharp. Ask me anything about living without pain. What's the most dangerous situation you've been in because you couldn't feel pain? When I was 16, I was cooking dinner and accidentally grabbed a pan that had been on high heat for 20 minutes. I held it for about 10 seconds, wondering why it was smoking, before I realized something was wrong. I had third-degree burns covering my entire palm. The skin was literally charred black in some spots. I only figured it out because of the smell and the fact that my hand looked wrong. Drove myself to the hospital. Probably shouldn't have. And the doctors were shocked I was so calm. They said most people would be screaming in agony. Took 3 months to heal, and I still don't have full feeling in those fingers. The scary part? This could happen with anything. Hot stoves, fires, chemicals, broken glass. I have to constantly think about what normal people's bodies tell them automatically. As an ER doctor, I can confirm this is one of the most dangerous conditions. We've had CIPA patients come in with severe injuries acting completely normal. It's both fascinating and terrifying. 47 broken bones? How do you even discover a break if you can't feel it? Great question. Usually I notice when a limb looks wrong, bent weird, I can't move something properly, severe swelling appears. Someone else points it out. My record was having 3 broken ribs for 2 weeks before finding out. I kept wondering why I felt weird when breathing, but attributed it to being tired. Only discovered it during a routine X-ray for something else. The worst was breaking my ankle and walking on it for 5 days. Wondered why I kept falling down and why my shoe felt tight. By the time I got it checked, I'd done so much additional damage they had to put in metal plates. I've learned to be paranoid about any falls, impacts, or unusual sensations. If something feels different, even slightly, I get it checked. Better safe than sorry when you can't trust your body's warning system. The ankle case sounds typical for CIPA. Walking on fractures causes exponentially more damage. This is why these patients need such frequent medical monitoring. How do you handle dental care? Tooth pain is usually how we know something's wrong. Dental care is a nightmare. I have to get professional cleanings every 3 months and full x-rays twice a year because I can't feel cavities developing. I've had 12 root canals, most of which I didn't know I needed until the tooth was basically dead. One time, I had an abscessed tooth that was so infected it was literally rotting, but I felt nothing. The dentist was amazed I wasn't in excruciating pain. I use an electric toothbrush that times everything, floss religiously, and use prescription fluoride toothpaste. Even with all this, I still get problems because I can't feel if I'm brushing too hard and damaging my gums. The weird part is sitting through dental procedures without anesthesia. Dentists get freaked out watching me get a root canal while chatting normally. Some refused to work on me without a medical clearance. I've treated one CIPA patient and it was surreal. They were texting during a wisdom tooth extraction. Had to keep stopping to make sure the procedure was actually working properly. How did your parents handle having a child who couldn't feel pain? That must have been terrifying. My parents were exhausted. They basically had to be my pain receptors for the first 18 years of my life. As a toddler, I would bite my tongue, touch hot stoves repeatedly, fall downstairs and get up like nothing happened, break bones and keep playing. They had to baby-proof everything beyond normal safety measures. Stove guards, corner bumpers, gates everywhere, constant supervision. They couldn't leave me alone for 5 minutes. School was hard too. Teachers thought I was tough or attention-seeking when I'd break bones and not cry. My parents had to educate every teacher, coach, and parent about my condition. The emotional toll was huge. Mom still gets anxious when I call saying I think something might be wrong. They've spent thousands on medical bills and constant worry. I owe them everything for keeping me alive. This brought tears to my eyes. Having a child with any medical condition is challenging, but one where they can't feel pain must be constant terror. Your parents are heroes. How do you handle relationships? Does your condition affect intimacy or dating? Dating is complicated. I have to disclose my condition pretty early because it affects so many aspects of daily life. Some people are fascinated at first. Cool, you're like a superhero. But then reality hits. I need frequent medical checkups. I'm always inspecting myself for injuries, and I have to be careful about physical activities. Intimacy requires extra communication since I can't feel if something is uncomfortable or potentially harmful. Partners have to be my pain receptors sometimes, which isn't fair to them. I've had relationships end because people couldn't handle the constant medical stuff or the worry. One ex said dating me was too stressful because she was always afraid I'd hurt myself. Currently single, but when I do date, I look for people in healthcare or those who understand chronic conditions. Empathy and patience are non-negotiable requirements. Top reply: you chronic illness. Support 1.4K upvotes. Invisible disabilities are so hard in relationships. People don't understand that no pain doesn't mean no problems. Keep looking for someone who gets it. What activities or sports can you participate in? What do you have to avoid? I have to avoid most contact sports and high-impact activities. No football, hockey, martial arts, rock climbing, skateboarding, etc. Too much risk of injury, I wouldn't notice. What I can do: swimming, low impact, controlled environment. Yoga with modifications. Walking, light jogging. Golf, carefully. Board games and video games. I wanted to play football in high school so badly, but one tackle could break ribs and I'd keep playing, making it worse. Same with basketball. One awkward landing could snap an ankle. Even safe activities need precautions. I swim in pools only, never lakes, ocean, because I might not notice cuts from rocks or marine life. I golf with soft spikes and take lessons to avoid repetitive stress injuries. The hardest part is missing out on adventures friends have. No skydiving, mountain biking, or spontaneous hiking trips. Everything requires risk assessment first. Have you looked into adaptive sports programs? There might be modified activities designed for people with sensory conditions. Worth exploring. How do you monitor your health day to day? What's your routine like? I'm basically my own medical detective. My daily routine: morning, full body visual inspection in mirror. Check for swelling, discoloration, cuts. Test range of motion in all joints. Temperature check. I can overheat easily. Throughout day. Frequent position changes. No prolonged sitting, standing. Regular hydration. Can't feel thirst properly. Avoid extreme temperatures. Wear protective gear, gloves for cleaning, etc. Evening. Another full body check. Document. Any new marks/issues. Ice. Any swollen areas preventively. Medical care. Monthly doctor visits. Quarterly. X-rays of problem areas. Annual MRI and blood work. Emergency plan. If something seems wrong. I use a medical journal app to track everything. Photos of injuries, pain level estimates based on visible signs, medication schedules. It's like being my own medical case study. Top reply, you chronic condition. Life, 2.1K upvotes. This level of self-monitoring is incredible. Most people take their body's warning signals for granted. You've had to become an expert on your own anatomy out of necessity. What career did you choose? How does CIPA affect your work life? I work as a software developer, which is perfect for my condition. Office job, minimal physical risk, and I can work from home when needed for medical appointments. I specifically avoided careers that could be dangerous. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.